Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. This is Capital City Carolers, and you are now listening in with the president and your host, Shayna Parker. This is the Christmas Carolers Conversation, the place where you can come and always chime in to the latest, most relevant conversation as it pertains to the times. And so we're in a great holiday season, and this holiday season, we have been dealing with the topic of family forgiveness. We have had some great conversation starters, and our goal and our purpose is to be able to put the conversation out there to inspire humanity to come together. And so we typically can't do that unless we start the conversation. And we'll jump right in for today. This is episode 4, and we're going to be talking about traditions like turkey. Yes, traditions like turkey. I have found so often that during the holiday season, one of the vices that creates unforgiveness is traditions. People have many different types of traditions, and traditions I've learned are always emerging. And as time progresses, they are changing, and sometimes that can definitely be offensive when we're dealing with intergenerational connections within the family unit. And remember, when we're talking about the family unit, we are talking about the natural family. For the sake of this season, it has been on the heart of this organization, my heart, to be able to inspire doors, to be able to create doors through conversation to help with the reconciliation that may need to take place in various different family units. And so we're talking about traditions. Now, for starters, I just want to go through and name some traditions that uniquely create offenses. And so during the Christmas holiday time, just to start out the gate, the number one dispute going on right now is still over being able to simply bid Merry Christmas. You hear Happy Holidays, people say Xmas. I myself, I believe in Jesus Christ, and so I say Merry Christmas. But that is a traditional saying during this time of the year, and that can create offense in the family unit because with bloodline, obviously, in some cases, all of the family members may not be practicing, in one religion or another, and they could find that saying merely Merry Christmas may be offensive to the point to where communication cannot take place, to where coming together to dwell cannot take place. And so that's a tradition. On a lighter note, we're talking about traditions like turkey. Turkey is a tradition for some families that on Thanksgiving they eat ham and on Christmas they eat turkey. And that can be something that could be very offensive. You may be asking how? Well, depending on who cooked the turkey, who seasoned the turkey. Was it moist enough? Was it dry enough? And if it is not accepted, that can actually breed a type of offense. Try being newly married and preparing a dinner and inviting over in laws and blending family units. Palates are different. And sometimes when one family member may express their displeasure about a dish, it doesn't have to just be turkey, it could be cranberry sauce or whatever your preference is at the table, sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie. And that expression of a critique. Maybe it needed a little more cinnamon, a little more, herbs, seasonings, salts can really create disappointment and sadness in the heart and can create tension there. It can also create tension because in some cases, when you're talking about marriages and being in a particular, family unit where you're blending families, it can be offensive if the spouse does not advocate for what you try to do, to create some harmony, to show some means of acceptance. And so foods, traditional foods, let's put it out there, eggnog. Have you ever, brought your dish to the family function during Christmas time and received some feedback that was not pleasurable for you, that hurt your feelings? This is the place where you can talk about those things, where you can explore. Has it in any way modified you to where you can't dwell with your family unit? Well, Capital City Carolers is here to encourage you not to let the traditions of Christmas stop you from being able to dwell in harmony with one another. So we're talking about traditions, moving right along. Let's talk about the Christmas tree. That that can be offensive. Some people, I don't particularly put up a Christmas tree during Christmas time. When I was younger, I always had a Christmas tree. My grandmother made sure that we had one in the house. Sometimes they were real Christmas trees. Sometimes, well, when I got older, they were, it was not a real tree. But that can be offensive, Getting a fake tree can be offensive. A white tree could be offensive. They have different artificial trees now, and some family units, it is of necessity for the tree to be real. And those simple things can create disagreements and arguments there, whether even or not to put up a tree. For those in the Christian faith, sometimes that Christians don't practice putting up the tree for what the Old Testament speaks about and teaches about in regards of putting up a tree and decorating it. That is a paganism type practice. And so therefore I will not put a Christmas tree up. But these things, believe it or not, can really create more than just disagreement, offense. And that's why we're here talking about this, just putting these subject matters ahead of you. Some family units believe a tradition is everyone meets at grandma's house or everyone meets at the eldest sibling's house. And sometimes that's offensive because in the times we're living in now, we are more disconnected than ever before. And the invitations can become a little abrasive at times or biased at times. And so that can bleed into people saying, you know what? I don't really want to go to the family function. And so Capital City Carolers is here saying, if you have been injured by way of a tradition, we are here to beseech you to take the opportunity. I'm always inspiring the audience out there listening to write down those family traditions for Christmas time that sometimes you may have experienced multiple offenses over those areas. Offense is a powerful vice that keeps families separated, but we are here to inspire and to encourage you to really consider what caused the disagreement to become offensive. I want you to make sure that you note this. You can disagree. How you disagree determines whether you are injuring someone or whether you're being injured. Did you catch that? Because you can object in a way that can breed offense in the form of creating doubt, insecurity in one. And then you can be the one that is issuing, the offense by how you raise your disagreements. And so what we are here to promote as Capital City Carolers is that this is a time of the year where, like none other, there's so much activity, definitely shopping activity going on. But at the heart of this whole season, the true reason and root is Jesus Christ, and being able to gather family units together. Of course, we gather with friends, but particularly for this conversation line, we're talking about gathering the family units and being able to have those conversations that created rifts and distance. So if this conversation has been helpful, you have been listening to the Christmas Carolers Conversation with Capital City Carolers and myself, your host and president, Shayna Parker. We're always here to inspire you to think. We're always here to promote you to being able to consider the things that are trying to cause you to be separated, and to encourage you to humble yourself in whatever position that you're in, to fight and to advocate for unity. And so we love you. We're going to be caroling in the great city of Tallahassee, Florida, and we cannot compel you enough to go to our website at www.capitalcitycarolers.com. If you even want to carol with us, you can register to become a part. It's a great experience to being able to share the